people here in America are going to walk around and say stuff to us, and that's okay. So we're going to let them say whatever they want, and we're going to ignore them. We're going to sing some songs.
Israel, 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 Israel,
How are you? Hello. Hey, can I ask, what flag is this?
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan.
Yes.
Awesome. So, two of the security came up and interviewed me, and they told me that they've been doing this at least since December, every single week. They march around, this is downtown Skokie, to raise awareness of the hostages. I see a Danish flag, Uzbekistan flag, which I found very interesting. Obviously Israeli flags and American flags. And one flag I think is a French flag. So you got a variety of represented communities here.
Home! Bring them home! Bring them home! Bring them home!
Bring them home! Bring them home!
pass the smoke.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Baleva Vanima, Nefesh Yehudi Omiyah, Uvate Mizrach Kadima, Ayin Letzion Sophia. Olo Avda Tikvatenu, Atikva Mashnot Alpayim, Liotam Choshi Be'atzenu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim, Liotam Choshi Be'atzenu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim.
We have Cantor Jacob Sandler from Congregation North Suburban Synagogue Bethel of Highland Park. So thank you to our security people. I'm not going to name them because they're security people. Thank you to what you do every single week to help us and protect us. Next week to Washington, D.C. that Anna's going to say a few words about.
Because it's raining, it's next Sunday. There is no subsidies as of right now on buses and whatever. You can register if you're interested. We posted a link. Run for Their Life Global has its own delegation going. You can come as a part of Run for Their Life, or you can come as a part of JUF or any other Jewish organization that participates. Not going to hold you anymore. I just want to also quickly acknowledge a lot of you came last Wednesday on the rally that was organized by some of the people who are our regulars. Our Ellen was awesome, as always, with the speakerphone, leading the singing. It was very peaceful. And the reason I'm mentioning it, first of all, it was incredible, but also we said Tehillim at the end, and guess what? The very next day, we got very, very good news on all the things that we prayed for. They were like immediately answered, except for hostages, of course. But so now we're gonna at the end say Tehillim, and we're gonna have hostages in mind.
So, as you guys, many of you know, Run for Their Lives is a nonpartisan organization. My guess is we have about an even split of people on both sides of the political aisle. We don't endorse candidates for office. We are solely focused on the plight of the hostages, raising awareness of Hamas's brutality, and supporting Israel's fight to bring them home. So in that vein, we platform people from all sides of the political spectrum who support our mission to bring the hostages home. Back in January, we hosted a Zoom call which included our Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky. Even though many of us feel that her defense of people like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib makes her beyond the pale, she still is a staunch advocate for the hostages. So we invited her to speak with us at the 100-day event, and just wanted to reiterate that being nonpartisan means including figures from both sides. So in that vein, today it is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce to you a young man who elevated the issue of the hostages to one of the most visible platforms in America, the Republican National Convention. In a two-party system, it is critical that we keep our issue a bipartisan one. His important speech at the convention reminded Republicans of the importance of releasing the hostages, supporting Israel, and cracking down on anti-Semitism. Kesterbaum graduated Harvard Divinity School this year. By all accounts, he is a liberal Democrat. He believes in $15 minimum wage, universal health care, and LGBT rights, and believes that the Democratic Party has failed to unconditionally support an ally which shares these Western liberal values in a very illiberal part of the world. He supports patriotic education in American schools, and he supports deporting foreign students that violate our laws and spew anti-Semitism on campus. Shabbos' passion in life is to, quote, inculcate a sense of Jewish pride and education within young people, so that when they go to college campuses, they are not caught off guard. He says, I want them to be proud, motivated, and enthusiastic to spread Jewish ideals and to connect with their own Jewish identity. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Shabbos Kesterbaum.
Wow, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for that not well-deserved introduction, but nevertheless appreciated. One thing you forgot to mention is I am in fact single, so if you have Jewish granddaughters. Look, I'm going to keep my remarks brief. I am tired, I am hot, I am also very cold in Chicago, but I want to say this. We should not be here. We should not be doing this. We should not be rallying on a cold, rainy, wet morning. It has been almost 400 days. Over 400 days. Since the brutal massacre, the largest massacre of Jews since the Holocaust on October 7th, where more than 45 American citizens were killed, where dozens of American hostages were taken captive, including 7 who are still there. And I'm not here to tell you how our hearts are still with them, and I'm not here to tell you about the brave Jewish students on college campuses who've been plastering their faces in classrooms, who've been leading marches and rallies. Instead, I want to tell you a quick story. When I'm not suing Harvard, I actually study the Holocaust. And in that study, there's a fascinating figure that I've come across. His name is Abraham Johann Must. And Abraham Johann Must was a Catholic priest. And one day he's protesting outside the White House. He's protesting against the Vietnam War. And a reporter comes up to him and says, Father Must, I don't understand. It's 3 a.m. Nixon has gone to sleep. There's no one here. There's no one protesting with you. There's no media. No one is going to know you were here. No one's going to know what you did. You are not going to change the country. And without missing a beat, Father Must says, I am not doing this to change the country. I'm doing this so the country doesn't change me. So the country doesn't change me. I can think of no more powerful manifestation, no more representation of the Jewish values, of the Western values, of the American values that the community here in Chicago has demonstrated. That we have not forgotten our hostages, that we stand with the brave soldiers, the Muslims, Christians, and Jews defending the land of Israel, that we stand with Jewish students across college campuses who are experiencing anti-Semitism. What a powerful manifestation, what a powerful example you're sending to the entire Chicago area, to the entire Jewish community. And I have to say, as someone who's not from Chicago, I have been watching with disgust, with horror, and with shock the way your leaders have treated you and the Jewish community. The fact that you can have a shooting against a Jewish American citizen and your mayor does not have the decency to call this an anti-Semitic attack, will not even say that the victim was Jewish. Democrat or Republican, it is incumbent upon us to express our Jewish values by making sure that policymakers who do not stand up with the Jewish community do not remain in power ever. And I hope Brandon Johnson hears that. I hope your school board president hears that, because anti-Semitism will never be accepted in Chicago, and anti-Semitism will never be accepted here in the United States. And As someone who comes from New York, I want all of you in Chicago to know that the broader American Jewish community stands with each and every one of you in Chicago against your anti-Semitic policymaker, against your anti-Semitic mayor. We are with you 110%. And I'll close by just saying this. It's true, I spoke at the Republican convention. I asked the Democrats if they wanted me to speak too. I'm still waiting to hear back. But the night of my speech, an usher says, "Mr. Kesterbaum, your speech is in a few minutes. You have to follow me." And she takes me to a small room backstage, and there are 4 people. It's myself, it's Lee Zeldin, a politician in New York, and it's Omer Nutra's parents. Of course, Omer Nutra is the American Jewish civilian still being held hostage by Hamas. In fact, he just observed his 23rd birthday last week in captivity. And I go to Omer's parents, Ronen and Orna, and I tell them there's nothing I can say, and there's certainly nothing I can do. I just want to add that the courage, the bravery, and the inspiration that you have given me, and you have given thousands of Jewish students across this country, is something we will never be able to repay for the rest of our lives. And I leave the room and I say my speech. And the last 12 months I've met some pretty cool people. I've given some pretty big speeches. I've been to some pretty interesting places. I can assure you, none of them hold a candle to the 2-minute conversation I had with Omer Nutra's parents. Because after October 7th, there has been a wave of young American Jews who have woken up, who have never in their lives, including myself, felt more connected to the land of Israel, more attached to the people of Israel, and more determined, proud, and confident to express their Jewish values, and we are not going back to sleep. So I can tell you this. Keep marching. Keep waving your American and Israeli flags. Keep calling for countries to do more to secure the release of the hostages. Keep putting the onus on Hamas and its proxies to release the hostages, because it works. It makes a difference. And we see you. The rest of the country sees you. The Jewish people see you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. And Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael Chai.
Are you doing a video? All right. All right, everybody. Let's give one more round of applause to Shabbos Kesterbaum.
It's a very special day tomorrow, Alan's birthday. So, let's happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everybody.
Run for their lives. Bring them home. Skokie, Illinois.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you. See you next week.
Thanks a lot.
I'm Israel, I'm Israel, I'm Israel, I'm Israel, Oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu,
What press are you from? I'm a YouTube channel at DMV Films. At DMV, you know, like the DMV? Yeah. At DMV Films.
Land of the holy.
I'm Israel,
If you want to be added to the WhatsApp, come on over here. We can add you. If you have any material, put them on the bench over here.
Oh, Davinu, 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 oh, Davinu,
Hey, can I ask you real quick? I'm assuming, I hope I'm not out of line here. I'm guessing you're a Muslim.
Agnostic.
Agnostic.
I'm ex-Muslim.
Ex-Muslim.
Yes.
What made you come out here today, by the way?
Because my English is not good. I try to explain. I support Israel. If the people look at the situation without religious propaganda, they understand what's the truth. This is a Jewish land, the Jerusalem, and the land of Israel. When Israel, the United Nations, when they created Israel, they created Palestine too. But the Muslim countries, they didn't want. They just occupied the Palestinian territory, Jordan. They occupied Egypt. They occupied, and they didn't let Palestinians create their own country. That's why now million of Palestinians they are refugees. Uh, this is not because of Jewish people. This is because of their own neighbor countries, their own Muslim countries. And for example, I'm from Uzbekistan. I need to look at this situation uh, without religion. Just what's the truth, what's untruth. Just need read the history. That's it. And then the methods. For example, I'm profession. My job in the back home. I'm a human rights activist.
Ah, okay.
In Uzbekistan, I'm human rights activist, and the methods the which Palestinian using, this is not a democracy method. Kill people or take people hostages. But and everybody know that Hamas, this terror organization, if they would like fight, okay, they can fight with democratic way. They can they can go to the demonstrate, they can go to the rally, not with the guns.
Yeah.
This is-
Thank you. Thank you. I got one more question with you.
Yeah.
Would you say that your opinion is popular or common or very unpopular, uncommon amongst maybe your family, maybe your fellow countrymen, whether here in America or in Uzbekistan or elsewhere?
Or no, in Uzbekistan, very unpopular is this idea because a lot of people.
Excuse me. Back. Hey, thanks for coming on. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much.
In the rain, too. And thanks for coming, too, by the way. I didn't get your name.
Danny.
Danny, thanks for being here.
100%.
Yeah. See you later, man.
See you. Unfortunately, in the Uzbekistan, the young generation they are more radical. They don't know the trust. They don't want to learn. They do what the Muslim leaders they tell.
What do you think about the younger generation?
The younger generation?
Is different.
Yeah, no,
And the
younger
older-
generation, they don't want to see, they don't want to hear, they only listen to what Muslim leader they tell. They don't want to learn. And in Uzbekistan, I think just only educated people, some educated people, they support Israel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.